Welcome back, everybody. Now, don't go into the comments going, I look like Rudolph. I understand. I've been sick for 4 days straight, okay? I haven't been able to fly my drone, haven't been able to go outside. I've been going crazy. But in today's video, I am going to be trying to fly around the mountains that I have around my area and see if I can possibly get to the water tower. We're just gonna see if we can, because I've always wanted to do that with a drone ever since I came here, so let's just get started. Now, I do have all of my drone stuff right here, okay? And it's kind of difficult getting it all just into the bag and just into my backpack. I kind of just have to like stack it. I'm trying to get a bag. They're just like $70, $80, and I've been saving up a while for that, so I don't really have that much money. But all right, let's just head to the park. All right, well, we kind of have a little predicament. So I'm walking down to the park that I usually go to, and it seems like there's something going on. I'm not sure exactly. I'm gonna go check it out, see if I can't go over to the next area and see if I can fly. Let's hope. Okay, upon further inspection, sports fields are closed. I'm just gonna go for it and see if anybody tells me. I mean, I don't see anybody. I'm literally just gonna be sitting down at a bench. Let's see. Oh, there's a van coming my way. Let's see. I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. If they wanna tell me something, they can. You know, just flying a completely legal drone that I paid $5 for the registration. Okay, don't go on my ass. Bro, come on, that's just so cool. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and use an ND32 because it is pretty bright outside. It's like midday. I will go for it and check the goggles. Nope. Yeah, ND16, definitely ND16. Set up, drone's all ready. I am going to set it down and I'm going to fly it up towards those mountains over there. All right. Now, let's, yep. All right, so I did kind of fix the angle of the drone. It's kind of like a wide angle now, just to get a little bit more. It's kind of like what they do see in the racing, but at the same time, you can kind of see the propellers, which I don't really like. That's the only thing. And I am used to flying in manual mode, but I should be able to go back into sport mode. And I'm missing all these power lines, thankfully. Okay, so now I'm at the water tower. I'm up above. I am just about 2,000 feet away. Now, I do want to see how far I can actually take this thing. So now I'm going to just gun it towards me and see if I can possibly get some cool shots. Now, it is going to look a little bit jittery, often because of the onboard image stabilization. It's not prominent that much. Now, as you can see how fast it's actually going, you can even hear it through there. It's a very, very capable and fast drone, I must say. When I was taking it out at the beach, I was definitely going towards the wind, and it wasn't really doing too well for the wind, I do have to say. But if it's a pretty calm day, I have to say it's pretty good. I have not tried it obviously in manual mode yet, because it's too much of a pain to, number one, get it all set up, and number two, it's just a lot to handle, especially for somebody that does not own or has not personally owned a drone before. It's very different than anything flying. Now, as you see, I am making small adjustments, even in sport mode, and it's very, very agile, and you have to be extremely careful when it comes to that because you can actually mess up. Now, I am going to just test out the automatic braking for you guys. So I'm going to go into a turn, boom, it's automatically braking. Hands are off of it, and it stayed perfectly still. That's one of the most important things I love about this drone is that you can literally just stop it, emergency brake, and it'll just hover there. It'll literally just hover, and then you can just go back about your day just like nothing happened. That is one of the best things I love about these drones, and you can get some really cool looking shots going through everything like this. Now, just like I said, I have to be extremely careful with these trees because you do not want to move into those trees, just like you saw in my last crash. That is something that is very prominent in FPV flying, is you run into trees, you run into power lines, you run into everything like that. Look at how good this looks. Like, if you're at a decent level, see, I'm not even that high. I'm at, let's say, 284. It says 284, 285 feet. That's amazing. That's amazing on just how high you can go. And this thing can go up to 1,000 feet if you're in permitted areas. Now, for me, I am permitted to fly under 400 feet. Now, that's also because I am right next to also a big airport. Now, if you can literally just do these fine tweaking adjustments and just make it to where you can just fly into something, boom, you're straight, and then you could go back out, and then you could go up, whoa, just like that. Like, that just looks so sick, you know? See, it gives you all of these sensors and all of these just precautions that you wouldn't normally have on an FPV drone. And you can hear it through my audio. It is a loud and capable drone. It is fast. See, I'm going 48 miles an hour right now, and I'm not even gunning it. It's so crazy on how fast you can actually do this drone. I have gotten a lot cockier with this, but I'm being very safe because I have not flown in a couple days. I'm making all of the dogs bark, oh my lord. So I'm gonna wrap back around over here, cut back through here, boom, perfect like that. Now that was a perfect shot. I can tell that it is really windy and I'm being dragged by the wind a little bit, so I'm gonna have to compensate for that. I've also learned that I've been going into manual mode for so often, I've learned to actually turn like in manual mode. But that's not how you're supposed to turn in sport mode. You're just supposed to use the roll stick, not yaw. And it's very weird because you're supposed to use both roll and yaw when it comes to flying in manual mode. But in sport mode, that's all kind of just like covered for you. So you kind of just like let it glide like that. See, now that was a good shot. That's what I was wanting to do before I ended up crashing that first time. See, now what's really cool with this drone is you can actually put it into cruise control. So let's say I wanted to go about 20 miles an hour, 21, 22. I could just click this little button right here, and you can see how it just like stays. I have my hands off of the joysticks right now, and it is staying at a solid 16 miles an hour. And I can turn, I can literally just like go up, and I can turn. And even if I just move this stick up, it will keep the speed, but it'll just adjust it. Not like in a car, like if you press it, it will cancel it. If you control it like this, you can actually get it to go much faster. Now that's really cool. Now all you can do to stop it is just click it and click stop like that, and it'll slow it down for you. And so then you can turn, and then boom, you can just perfectly do it like that. Now that, I absolutely love that about this drone. I'm going to return to home right now because it is a low battery. So I'm going to go about, see, there you go. It's doing its own thing. It's taking myself to home. Now, it's the good thing about this drone is it takes it back to home for you. Well, and there you go. I know my hair's everywhere, but that's it. Now that's the flight. And it's very easy to get lost, but thankfully in the goggles, you can actually have a little H that's displayed on your HUD, so you can go on and grab it. But my battery is low for 15 minutes. That's actually a really good flight for FPV. Usually these small batteries, they get about 3-4 minutes of flight. So thankfully, these ones are bigger. Now, the one thing that I kind of don't like about the whole FPV thing is how long it actually takes to set up, get everything set up. And number two, if it breaks, how long it takes to get replaced and everything. Like, for instance, right here, you have to screw in these little antennas every single time, put the ND filters back, you gotta get the battery, the controller, the drone propellers, get them all set up. And I have to say, it is a hassle, but in total, what you're gonna be going through is an absolutely different experience than anything out there, to be honest, because FPV, you can get in between those trees, you can get into these little tiny spaces that normally people cannot get into, and do these flips and yaw rolls and all these maneuvers that you just can't really do with a Mavic. And that's one of the reasons why I also didn't get a Mavic, was because I was getting into this FPV genre. So that's what I kind of was imagining, because this is basically a Mavic and an FPV combined into one, which that is just my absolute just dream. Okay, now I am all packed up and leaving. That was about literally 10 minutes worth of putting everything back just to leave. It's funny because I'm not that good with patience. So when it comes to like waiting around, doing all this stuff, I want it to be like that. But you know, in life, sometimes that can't happen like that. It just can't. Life, we just gotta go with the flow, man.